Hello and welcome back to the Old Realms, and I've just been standing here. Yes, that is literally all I've been doing. I've just been standing here, going up against beastmen. They spawn a raider party out of the Herdstone every couple of moments, actually. Yeah, you basically just have to stay there with the maximum speed time increase, and you wait about, I don't know, 10 seconds, maybe 20 seconds, maybe a little bit longer. It depends. But most of the time, you're going to have an absolutely wonderful time because you're just going to get the raiders out there and it's going to be fantastic. So yeah, it is very, very impressive. I'm actually just going to be swapping some of my people around here. Just going to put these, I don't even know where to put that guy. That guy's mounted now, by the way, because I actually gave him a mount. Some people said that that was a good idea. Should I actually do that? I don't know. I'll just put him over there with the cavalry or something like that. Anyway, let's do this. Let's do this. I am extremely, extremely psyched for this because we did level up a little bit. I now have the Righteous Fury damaging aura because I thought that, hey, I'd like to see how strong this is actually going to be. Also, someone said to use the Comet to dismount enemy cavalry, so that's what I'm going to do. Boom. Okay, I actually see what you mean about that. Because it knocks people down. Did you notice? Obviously, we're not actually fighting any cavalry right now, so it makes no difference whatsoever if I use it on these people, but I just wanted to kind of demonstrate that it does have a knockdown mechanic associated with it, and that's definitely going to make a huge difference. That actually is, if I think about it now, maybe one of the most powerful abilities in the game, especially considering we will be able to utilize it against, well, pretty much every single high value target in the game. And obviously, if you think about it this way, high value targets as in basically any cavalry that you fight against, you can take them off their mounts. And they are going to be food for your forces. That's it. You know, they are going to be extremely easy to kill at that moment because they're not going to have their demigryphs, they're not going to have their Bretonnian horses, whatever they're called. They're not going to have any of that, and it's going to be exceptionally good. Now, I've obviously just been standing here, just basically leveling my forces up as much as I possibly could. As you could see, that's the reason why my prestige is very low. Yes, it is a little bit of a problem situation that we now start to have once again because I am not earning enough. I'm not earning enough prestige to be able to, keep up with the level ups and everything. But we are making a huge amount of money, as you can see right there. I'm getting 8,100 every single day, and I'm actually thinking we're probably going to be even gaining more than that. Actually, we're gaining 10,000 actually, but my wages are rather dramatic at this point in time, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but we can't really do much about that. Anyway, I've basically been bankrupting every single marketplace that I go to as well, most of the time. Unfortunately, not this time. Would have been nice to actually show you that that is indeed the case, but yes, huge amounts of meat. We are gaining huge amounts of meat because obviously I've been fighting so many beastmen, and that is actually one of the main reasons why I'd highly recommend just fighting beastmen in general, at least early on in your playthrough. Obviously, right now, this is a good time. This is a good time for me. It's a good time for me to fight them, and that's the reason why. Look at this. Look at how many of these guys there actually are. There are so many. And basically for me, all I do is, in my off-screen time, I just go in for the auto-resolve, because there is no real reason for me to go in there manually unless I want to try out something. Like I did just now, I wanted to try out the Comet's knockdown effect, and I wanted to try out the aura that we have. And apparently the aura does about 10 damage. And you got to bear in mind that that is actually 10 damage in an AoE. I'm not sure whether that's 10 damage per second or how often it ticks. So we're going to have to do a little bit of, a little bit of testing on that. And speaking of testing, that means that I should probably be going up against someone like a vassal. I think a vassal would probably be the best course of action for that. I basically haven't been taking prisoners that often either, because I have found that taking prisoners is actually more trouble than it's worth most of the time, because I have to more often go to the town to be able to offload them, and that's something that I don't really want to do that much. As you can see, we actually have a minor faction vassal here. I'm just going to go in against him very, very fast, as you can see. Super nice and easy. I didn't even want to take him prisoner, but we may get some good cash from him, I guess. I mean, you know, it's always a good idea. And I mean, you could see here, I mean, we've only been on screen for how long now? How long have we been? Yeah, we've been here for about 6 minutes. We've been here for about 6 minutes. And in those 6 minutes, I have made, what, 100,000 gold or something like that? And it just goes to show that generally, yes, the economy in the Old Realms is really, really good. I have to say. That is definitely one of the things that I feel is absolutely perfect. Because, I mean, let's face it, if you want to earn a lot of money, and you want to try to, you know, use the Connected Noble, or you just want to run an extremely expensive army, then they allow you to do that. Obviously, not in the case of certain units, like, you know, you just literally cannot run the highest tier of unit only. You know, you do have to have a little bit of a balance, because if you don't have any balance, then you're obviously going to bankrupt yourself no matter what. So it's not really a case of, you know, how much money can you earn. It's more of a case of how much do you want to be a bit silly and get a huge amount of troops that are going to be so expensive that you can't afford them. And that's actually the point. In some cases, I am actually not leveling up the demigryphs, because when I level up the demigryphs, it actually makes things more expensive. I think the demigryph knights actually have more expensive wages. If you take a look, these have 40, 40, 40. Oh, no, they're all 40. Never mind. They're all 40, so it makes no difference whatsoever. I'm actually really surprised. Why are they only 40? Why am I spending so much cash? I guess it's 40 per one, so that's the reason. But yeah, as you can see, we're literally spending 4,600 right now. But I'm actually really surprised. But I guess we... I don't know. I mean, it's quite strange because, as you may or may not know, if you looked at the Eonir series, the Way Watcher series that we had on the Wood Elves beforehand, we tried to go for an army that was basically only the highest tier archers. And doing that is a very surefire way to just get yourself bankrupted super fast. Because you are eventually going to have so many of the envoy guards, and they are going to murder you in your bank account. That's how they're going to murder you. That is literally how they're going to murder you. And yeah, because their wages, as far as I remember, are, I think they're like, what, 120? Are they 120 or something like that? I don't know. I can't remember now, but they're over 100. And as you can see, my medicine skill is actually leveling up as well. I'm very, very pleased about that. And let's actually just get some medicine skill here. Wounded troops do not decrease morale in battles. Do I want that? No. I actually want perfect health. Perfect health, in my opinion, is an underrated perk. I think it's actually really, really good, because 5% increased recovery rate for each type of food in your party's inventory. I mean, how can you say no to that? Most of the time, you will try to have a wide variety of... you know, food in your party anyway, because you do want to level up your steward skill, and that's obviously, you know, perfectly fine. I actually really like that, because it is a nice natural synergy. You know, having a natural synergy is the way to go here. Anyway, I'm just going to show you the career here, because as you can see, we did gain another 3-4 levels. And we now have this, and this. So I've actually increased my companion limit by 5 as well. I have actually been looking for some additional companions, like warrior priest companions. And someone actually recommended getting a priestess of Shalia or something like that. I haven't actually seen one of those yet, so not sure whether we'll be able to, but I will take a look. I'll obviously keep an eye out for them. But as you can see, we now have the Righteous Fury adds a damaging aura, and its radius increases slightly when raising relevant skills. I actually don't know what the relevant skills are, but I can only assume that it just means faith or something like that. So it basically just increases your radius, which is great. That's absolutely wonderful. So I'm very, very pleased about that. And funnily enough, we are no longer at war against anyone. Yes, we're not at war against anyone. We actually are not fighting anyone at all. As you can see, I'm still clan tier 4, unfortunately. I've just, as I said, I have literally only been fighting those beastmen. I haven't been doing anything else. We got a gold wizard here. Alright, so I actually found some new plate boots, as you can see. So that actually got me another 6 armor, which is pretty nice. I mean, obviously, as I said to you before, I personally feel like having, you know, having the holy damage increase is maybe not even worth it. But I kind of wanted to try and maximize it out, just because there are many cases where I think to myself, yeah, you know what, I actually feel like if my aura, for example, because I'm pretty sure my aura, the Righteous Fury thing that we just got, I'm pretty sure that that's holy damage, and I think that having an additional 50% or something like that is, you know, damage, that is, from my gear, is probably going to make a pretty big difference, because if you think about how much damage it's going to do right now, because if it does, I don't know, I mean, I'm not sure if it's actually worth it, because obviously, if it does such a small amount, obviously it is AoE. So we just have to prefer, you know, we have to, you know, keep that in mind. We have to keep in mind that it is AoE, because if it's AoE, it's obviously going to be extremely, extremely powerful against multiple targets. That is always something that we have to think about. We cannot think to ourselves, oh yeah, it only does 10 damage. No, you know, no, we can't think that. That is just, well... That's just not going to really work, you know. We have to think, hey, yeah, this is actually going to be really, really good, because we are going to have the ability to... why is this on cooldown now? Did I use that by mistake? Okay, well, whatever the case, I will just do this, and then I'll use my damaging aura. So, as you can see, yes. Okay, so I am actually doing 10 damage. 10 damage to everyone in the area. As you can see, look at this. 10 damage to everyone around me. I'm actually moving very, very specifically inside everyone's hitbox here, just so that the aura can last as long as possible. How long? Is it every second, or is it every 2 seconds? Because from my perspective, I feel like... I think it's every 2 seconds. Yeah, it seems to be every 2 seconds, as far as I can tell, at least, because obviously I can't really see. I can't really see. Let me actually just knock this guy off his mount. Oh, that was nice. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's the... See, that's the usage. That's the usage of this comet here. That is the usage. It's not to do with dealing damage. It is not to do with dealing damage at all. It is all to do with knocking someone off their mount. That makes all the sense in the world, because if you think about it, we're not supposed to be a spellcaster. You know, we're not supposed to be a spellcaster. I'm perfectly fine with this. Now that I kind of know, thanks to one of you in the comments, by the way, now that I kind of know that this is the functionality of it, you know, it is supposed to be used to knock people off their mounts and things like that. That is a significant advantage. So significant in actual fact that I'm going to say right now that I think that maybe, I'm not sure, because I obviously haven't played the other spellcasters or anything. I've just played the Spell Singer, and the Spell Singer, while it is a very, very enjoyable class to play, probably my, maybe my second favorite spellcaster that I've played, because I've played a vampire. I've played a vampire, I've played a Bretonnian damsel, and I've also played the Spell Singer. I haven't played any other spellcaster before that. So generally, I think it's a very fun. I think it's a very fun class to play, because it is a summoner, and from my perspective, we don't really get a huge amount of summoner classes, and I'm talking still about the Spell Singer here, of course. So we don't get a lot of summoner classes, at least from what I've seen, because obviously, you know, you can look to the vampire counts, and you can have you know, a good discussion about that, because basically, yeah, you can, of course, yes, you can summon skeletons and various things like that, but from my perspective, I feel like that is not really, you know, it's good, don't get me wrong, it's a good summon, you know, I think it's good, but it is still not that good, because the skeletons are not that strong, whereas the Spellsinger has the ability to basically just summon dryads over and over and over and over again, and it's so fun to see that, and it's really, really enjoyable to play. So that's the reason why I think that the Spellsinger is really, really good. I actually think that the Damsel back then, the previous version Damsel that I played, that one was my favorite spellcaster. Primarily because it had the ability to 100% utterly kill every single thing in a castle or town. Obviously, a lot of people out there, they're not going to agree with that. They're not going to agree with what I'm thinking right there, because that's, you know, too powerful, or it eliminates the challenge from the game. And yeah, sure, of course, yeah, absolutely. That is indeed what it does. But that was the previous version of the Damsel. The Damsel has now been, you know, changed somewhat. I'm going to assume it has been nerfed quite dramatically, because for the last that I've seen, the modding team have changed the cooldown. They've changed the cooldown on the, what is it now? On the spells in question, because there was a spell that made, what was it called again? Flock of something? Flock of Doom? I think it was called Flock of Doom, yes. Something along those lines. It was called Flock of Doom. And basically, whenever you'd use that, it would afflict the enemy with a significant damage over time effect. And there would be another spell that you could use that was a similar thing, that was also a damage over time effect. And you could basically combo these together. And I personally found that to be extremely fun. I thought that was some of the most fun that I've had as a spellcaster in Bannerlord. And maybe in Warband? Maybe in Warband? I don't know, it depends. It depends. I have had a lot of fun in other mods in Warband, so I don't know. Very much depends. But yeah, anyway, all I'm saying is that has been changed now, obviously. And the current version of the Damsel has increased cooldowns. So I would probably say that the Damsel is most likely my third favorite caster now, and the Vampire Count is probably second, and the Spellsinger, you guessed it, is probably first now, because it's obviously very different. But again, it's very much dependent on what you personally want to see, because if you are wanting something that has massive bombardment potential, then you probably don't want to you probably don't want to play the Spellsinger. If you take the same exact spell schools that I did, because obviously the spell schools that I took, what was it now? The steel, metal? Yeah, metal, that's it. I took the Lore of Metal. And the Lore of Metal is absolutely fantastic as a support skill, because it basically means that your forces are never going to die, because you basically buff them with something that increases their physical damage resistance by, you know, 50% or 40% or 80% or whatever it was at the time. And on the flip side of that, obviously, you have another spell that allows you to remove armor from enemies, and they take 70% additional damage as a result of that removal. And that's crazy good. You know, that's exactly what you want to see. That is absolutely fantastic. However, as I say, there are probably other lores that you can choose as the Spellsinger to be able to do some damage. But I was just focusing on support, because I actually think that that is the most powerful combination, being able to summon really, really strong, really strong, talking of strong, I'm taking the strong attribute here, really strong troops, and then being able to buff those troops. I think that that's actually hilarious and super, super fantastic. Okay, I'm going to use my perception here. Yeah, never mind. Okay, I'm going to try this. 200 disappointment. Okay, yep, unfortunate. Okay, so I wouldn't mind actually trying and going in to Brass Keep here. I'm not going to... Wait a minute. Should I... should I recruit some more people, or should I just go in? I'm actually not entirely sure. Why do these guys not want to level up anymore, by the way? I'm not entirely sure what's going on with them, but oh well, never mind. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. Obviously, we did this before with our Waywatcher, and we completely cleared out the entire keep in one go, which I thought was very, very surprising. And I'm actually wondering, I should probably take down the walls, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should probably take down the walls. That's going to be kind of annoying, isn't it? Okay, so... yeah, we're going to have a bit of an issue here. And Windows Update literally just came up. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, I love that. That is one of the most unintrusive operating systems in the world, is it not? Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Okay, yeah, turn off. Thank you very much. Go away. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that after this. I've been putting it off, you see. I've been putting it off because I do not like updating. Because updating generally tends to bring some problems. Let's just be a little bit careful with that, shall we? Let's make sure that we don't take too much damage from the Windows Update. Yes. Anyway, yeah, so I will be taking this, or I will try to do some damage here. My main goal, okay, with going in to this particular castle is to just see if we can actually do massive damage with our aura. That is the main purpose of it. And if we can do that, then I will be exceedingly pleased. I will be very, very happy with that. What do I want to go for here? Wounded troops in your party are no longer paid wages. I guess that could save me quite some money. Why not? Might as well. I mean, we don't really have that much money as it is. I mean, yeah, this is quite a lot, but just bear in mind that we do have the Connected Noble, and the Connected Noble is going to be coming for us. Oh yeah, he's going to be sending us a very sternly worded letter and saying, "You spent 200,000 at me 30 days ago. Would you like to shop with me again?" You know, just like those stores do. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe. Maybe he's going to do that. I'm not entirely sure. But I am going to be going back there at some point in the near future. I am definitely going to be going back there because I now have enough cash to be able to get some more prestige. And I wouldn't mind seeing how much prestige a, I don't know, 400,000 donation or whatever gets us, you know, because that would be pretty fun, you know? That would be pretty fun. Anyway, all of these guys are dying from starvation, as you could see. So that's obviously fantastic. But the militia is, of course, not dying. At least, as far as I can tell, they're not dying? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But, yeah. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're just now going to be placing all of our trebuchets out there. And we are going to get ready. Because I'm actually very excited about this. The last time that I did Brass Keep, I was playing a completely different character, and, well, we had the advantage of range on our side. And now we don't. Now we have someone that literally needs to go into melee to be able to deal any damage whatsoever. So it's going to be a completely different experience for us. Now, I will be obviously trying to destroy the walls, and as far as I can tell, the enemy catapults are not being very effective at all. I'm actually very surprised that they're having so many issues. Because usually, whenever I do any kind of siege, the enemy always seems to do a massive amount of damage to my siege engines, but they seem to be failing quite badly here. But I guess that's pretty nice, you know. I have to wonder whether the Old Realms has changed siege combat a little bit, because the base game Bannerlord mechanics are not like this, at least from what I remember, because whenever I go into a siege, I always have huge problems keeping my trebuchets alive, but Maybe, I don't know, maybe that is actually happening right now, because you can see here we are losing a couple of things, but I always feel like the enemy's catapults are always really fast at destroying my trebuchets, but this time around they're not, so I have to wonder whether they've done something to the siege combat or something like that. Something good, no doubt, something good, because I really don't like it when a massive construct like a trebuchet is destroyed instantly by 4 catapults. I think that that's unrealistic, but I mean, obviously it doesn't really matter. It depends if they are very accurate or not, I guess. That's the main concern there. Anyway, yeah, we are just gonna go in. There is no real reason we shouldn't, so let's just go straight on in there. I am going to obviously be undeploying, shall we say, undeploying my trebuchets, because we do not want them to go in. And yeah, so we're just going to be placing our warrior priests here. Gonna go on there. This guy can go with the archers, and that's absolutely fine. Alright, so there we have it. Okay, alright. Okay, so this is going to be kind of interesting, mostly because we, as I said, we cannot stay back. We can't keep our forces back. We have to fight in amongst everyone. And this is going to be very, very hard, in my opinion. I think this will be very difficult. Basically, all I need to do first is just get my ability up. Come on now. Okay. What? Why do I still have cooldowns? I still have cooldowns? Are you serious? Okay, healing hand, healing hand. There we go, healing hand. Let's do it. Right here. It's going to keep people alive. I'm going to use my comet. Knock some people down. And my ability is still not ready, unfortunately. It will be ready soon enough. One more hit. There we go. It's ready. Okay, now we can start dealing damage. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. I'm actually... You see how much damage I'm doing with this thing? I have no idea how much HP these guys have, by the way. So it is going to take me a long time to kill anyone with this. But this is insane. Okay, yeah. This might actually work. As you can see, by every single... Oh, it's gonna be crazy. Oh, look at that. I'm gaining levels. Oh, yeah, I'm gaining levels. Give me that sweet experience. Thank you very much. Yes, give me that. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna say it right now. If you are wanting to level up your warrior priest character a little bit faster than you would normally be able to, I'd recommend rushing for this, for the damage aura. I think the damage aura is very, very useful. Although the healing aura has saved me quite a lot. So maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't recommend that. I don't know. But we're going to continue using my ability now. Look at this. Look at this insanity. This is crazy. Okay, yeah. Let's use Healing Hand once again. I'm going to be using Vanquish here just to buff my forces. They don't have the... well, I don't have the spell or the add-on to my aura to give us all, you know, burning swords and things like that when I'm using it. So, unfortunate for me, but that is to be expected, of course. There we go. And, yeah, look at that. Okay, we've lost quite a few people so far, which is kind of annoying, but... hopefully they're not all going to die, because I do have some great medicine skills, so hopefully they're going to just, you know... relax with that a little bit. Okay, so I am actually going to be going into the majority of units here. And I am just going to try and afflict as much people, as many enemies as I can get my hands on. And that's it. That's all I'm going to try to do. Even if I take damage, that's just how it's going to have to be. There we go. Nice, nice. Healing Hand. I can use that again. We can get double heals. Comet. Boom. Knock some people down randomly. I don't know. I don't know whether it's actually going to do anything, but yeah, it's pretty good. And maybe... yeah, there we go. My aura is gone now, but that's fine. I can charge it up once again really, really fast. And boom. I've got it back. I've got it back. Okay, here we go. Let's continue. Let us continue slaughtering. Obviously, funnily enough, I feel like me slaughtering with my hammer actually isn't even that effective right now. I'm thinking that maybe it's not even effective. Not sure. Should I use my comet again? Let's use my comet again right here. Yeah, the Chaos Warriors of Nurgle are actually the main problem here, I think. I've gained another level, if you can believe that. Okay, yeah, this is insane. This is literally super, super fun. This is definitely one of those things that you have to do at least once. If you are playing the Old Realms, you do have to do this. Because, you know, despite it taking quite a while to get to a point like this, let's face it, you know, if you're playing normally and you're not doing a series or anything like that, yeah, it's going to take quite a while to get here. But once you do get here, it is insanity. It is extremely, extremely powerful. And yeah, I mean, it's funny because we are only doing 10 damage, right? I'm only doing 10 damage to enemies right here in an aura around me. But that is enough. I'm not sure how much HP they actually have, these guys. I might want to take a look at that after this. Norscan Whalers. Norscan Whalers. Should probably make a note of that. Okay, let's use my aura again. Just keep using the aura. Just keep using the aura. As you can see, I've actually lost 70 troops. Are you serious? Okay, that's actually a lot. And I've only eliminated... Oh, I haven't actually eliminated that many at all. Oh, dear. Well, this is bad, actually. Yeah, this is actually really, really bad. Oh, dear. Okay, we are going to have some problems, I think. I might actually die. But we've leveled up a huge amount, so even if we do die, I actually don't mind that so much. I think that that's fine. Where's my... my aura has worn off now. That's bad. Let's try and get that back. There we go. Got it back. We can use it again. And I am in amongst the pigeons, as it were. No, no, no. Don't kill me, sir. I will use my comet to knock everyone down around me. Yes, there we go. And now I will attempt to create some separation. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of separation here. And I'm going to be healing myself, of course. There we go. That was close. Almost died. Chaos Warriors. Yeah, these Chaos Warriors actually made things very, very uncomfortable for us. I think they are probably the main reason why we're having issues here, to be honest. And maybe the Norscan Whalers actually having thrown weapons that deal damage. Because they do actually deal damage. They're not just for show, you know. Okay, I actually wonder, can I solo this? If I'm a little bit less audacious with my playstyle? Because I am being very aggressive, okay? I am being extremely aggressive here. And I'm not sure if that's really necessary. Okay, come on now. Just kill that guy. There we go. He's dead. Okay, yeah, no, we're actually... Wait a minute. Are we pushing forward? We are actually pushing forward. That's crazy. Okay. Kind of surprised. Massive damage, massive damage. Nice, nice. Let's use my comet. Boom. Okay, that did basically nothing, but, you know, it's not supposed to do damage. It's literally just supposed to push them on the floor. And that is exactly what it's doing. It's actually great. Okay, here we go. Nice. Get my aura back. Nice. Yes. The aura does actually... Okay, so I'm going to say something right now. So obviously from a balancing perspective, it does mean that you are going to have to charge your ability in between when it is not on you, right? So when it's not active, you're going to have to charge it. And you charging it is going to mean that you are weak, right? You are weaker. I'm not going to say that you're weak, but, you know, you're weaker than you would be if you had your aura already available. But you have a lot of HP, and it charges up from taking damage as well as you doing damage if you've spec'd into that particular career option. So that is a significant... well, I wouldn't say a significant disadvantage, but I would definitely say that that is when the Warrior Priest is the most vulnerable to being eliminated. Hello there. Haha, yes, I will murder you all. There we go, yes. Let us attack them. Thank you. Oh yes, yeah. I gotta say, these are the kinds of moments that I actually really enjoy. Because, yeah, sure, okay, fine, you know, we're killing huge amounts of enemies, but this is supposed to be, you know, we are supposed to be a warrior priest, and obviously because I am indeed a player rather than an NPC, I can utilize my spells and abilities in such a way that will give me the maximum advantage, or attempt to give me the maximum advantage. So, this is not really... I'm gonna say, I know this is probably gonna upset some people maybe, but this is not really OP, right? This is not really overpowered, because in the grand scheme of things, these units right here that we're fighting, this is rabble, right? This is rabble. These guys are not really the cream of the crop. If we were fighting against 2,000 troops from... I don't know, any faction, just insert any faction here. Empire, vampire counts, whatever. We would not win this. And I think that just says everything you need to know. I don't think we would win. Even if we had this exact character, I do not think I would be able to win in a siege against a vampire count who has spellcasters constantly summoning skeletons, who has the ability to bombard people with damaging devastation all across the board. You know, that is extremely, extremely difficult. Whereas these guys are literally just piñatas, basically. As you see here, you know, they literally are just piñatas, pretty much. They can't do much damage to me. These guys especially can't do much damage to me. We have literally killed every single Norscan whaler now, and the Nurgle warriors are no longer available. But I am actually going to take a look and actually see, just for the sake of, you know, discussion, how much the Nurgle warriors killed. So, in other words, how many of my forces they killed, because that's going to be the biggest factor, I guess we could kind of say here, because obviously there were 100 Nurgle warriors or something like that, 100 Nurgle warriors, and the rest were all just, you know, rabble, like I said, you know, they're all just rabble like this. And I am actually trying to keep my people alive as best as I can, but obviously it is a little bit difficult to do that when they're kind of running in randomly, and well, I mean, we're doing okay. I mean, we're doing all right, but obviously I have had my aura active basically the entire time, and unfortunately for me, it doesn't seem as though the aura has actually saved my people at all, which just goes to show that the healing component isn't actually that strong, and the damaging component isn't actually that strong either. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm doing 10 damage every 2 seconds. That's pretty strong, yeah, sure. However, as I said to you, if there is a big enough unit, I'm dead either way, you know? I am dead either way. There is nothing I can do about that. It is literally all a case of, you know, if there's a bigger fish, as it were, you know what I mean? If there was a bigger fish in the tank, I'm out of here, you know? I'm dead. So, you know, that's what it comes down to at this point. And I think that's what we have to remember most of the time. So, if we were to consider... And this is where it probably gets a little bit more viable to assume. If you're thinking about which class is the most powerful in the entire mod, that's when you can take into account, you know, career skills and, you know, all that wonderful stuff, because that's when that actually matters. Because as it stands right now, me being able to do a siege like this, because obviously the Waywatcher, right? Obviously we did the same siege with the Waywatcher, and we had great success with it. You know, we were able to very, very easily besiege that with 0 casualties, basically. Absolutely 0 casualties. I didn't have to use my own troops at all, which may be, you know, kind of... I mean, it is a ranged character, so I kind of assumed that that would be the case, but yeah, you know. Anyway, the point is, what I'm trying to say is, the fact that the Waywatcher is ranged doesn't really change the fact that we were still able to complete the siege. You know, completing the siege is generally the, I guess, not really a benchmark. I don't really think it's a benchmark of any kind, but it does prove that the warrior priest is just as strong as the Way Watcher, because I'm still alive. You know, it's not my troops that are winning me the battle, even though it could be. You know, if I had strong enough, you know, a strong enough army or whatever, yeah, you know, it could definitely be that they would be the ones winning the battle for me, but they're not, as you can quite clearly tell. I have probably been the one to... Yes, I've killed 900 troops. I've killed 900 troops. Obviously, the Way Watcher has definitely killed more. I'm actually wondering how the Spellsinger would have done in the same situation. Because the Spellsinger obviously needs to deal... Does it need to deal damage? No, it doesn't need to deal damage to actually charge its ability. But the thing is, the Dryads don't do that much damage. Yeah, well, no matter, you know, no matter the case, I'm pretty sure that if you have... Whoa. Hello? Oh. Well, as I was talking about, there you go. Absolutely murdered. I'm pretty sure my forces should be able to achieve victory here, or at least I hope they will be able to. There's only 33 enemies left. I'm a bit worried about this actually now. Huh. Yeah, I need to retreat. Otherwise I'm gonna lose. I need to retreat, otherwise I'm gonna lose. Oh wow, okay, yeah, so there you go. That just goes to show that indeed, as I was saying, very rightly, if you have massive burst damage, which is exactly what these Norscan whalers had, they just murdered me. There wasn't anything I could do about that. I mean, yeah, sure, I could have run away, could have used healing hands or something like that, but that really wouldn't have done too much, in my opinion. Anyway, let's browse the traveling merchant's wares. But yeah, I think the Spellsinger probably would have had an okay time. Let me actually just see here. No, I already have these, so I do not need them. Yeah, there's some really, really good... I actually really like the Traveling Merchant. I think the Traveling Merchant event is probably the best event in the whole mod, to be honest. I think it is really, really fun. Unfortunately for me, they are, in fact, going to be able to get up. And they will probably be able to succeed in keeping their keep, which is kind of sad, to be honest. But there wasn't anything I could do about that. I did level up a whole bunch with my athletics skill, which I got to say I am very pleased about. And we will be getting Ignore Pain, because Ignore Pain is literally just a super, super powerful perk. And what do we have here? Armor penetration with my attacks. Yeah, let's go for armor penetration. Let's go for Way of the Great Axe as well. I leveled up so many times. It's actually crazy. Let me see here. Do I want steward skill, or do I want leadership or scouting? What do I want? I think I probably want leadership skill, don't I? Do I? I actually don't know right now. Oh, maybe more athletics, actually. More athletics would probably be good, because that's going to get me to 275. 275 would then increase my HP even further, which is obviously fantastic. I could always use that. And I do have another 2 focus points, so I guess I shouldn't be too stingy with them. I guess I could actually just increase engineering a little bit more. I think that sounds pretty nice. Let's just go for a bit of social skill. I unfortunately do not have any career points. Oh, I do have some career points. Oh, never mind. Okay, I actually thought I wasn't earning any more career points now. But, yeah, I'm actually wondering. Yeah, no. I think Holy Purge is better. I think Holy Purge is better, because this allows my units affected to receive a burning weapon buff, which I think is actually really, really strong. I do need to level up twice more to be able to make use of it, but that's absolutely fine. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the siege. I hope you enjoyed the little discussion that we had about the various classes. Obviously, I didn't touch upon every single class, and I'm obviously just basing my opinions and statements on my own experiences, and not on experiences of other people or anything like that. So, you know, take them with a grain of salt. And otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.